Brim up or brim down?
Welcome back to FU. This is Zachary.
And I'm Thomas.
With this podcast, we're ripping off filters, diving deep into queer discussions, and traversing controversial Reddit posts.
We're here to make you laugh, think, and maybe question your life choices.
Because not only are we flaming,
We're unfiltered.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to the podcast. It's been another 2 weeks. We took another week off, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out.
There we go.
So I woke up at like 1 and came upstairs because Zach slept in the basement. Or we slept in the basement, but my back was like killing me. And Alice was like, time for pets? Time for pets? Which I obviously gave her. It was like 30 minutes later, and
There, perfect. Yeah. When Alice wants to be pet, you have to pet her until you've, like, that's what I do. That's my ritual every night, is I'll pet Alice until I fall asleep, and then I don't know what she does after that, because I'm sleeping.
Sarah commented, and she said that she is catching up with the podcast.
Catching up. Well, you're going to have 2 weeks now, every other week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yep. To wrap that up, we will be shooting, we just decided right now, live, so. Every other week instead of every week, so that it is doable for Thomas.
Oops. Yeah, I also feel like random things just keep coming up where it's like we could fit it in, but also
Yeah, my sister stayed for a week, and so that's why we shot that one episode, and then like I hated the one episode, and so we canceled that, and
like,
it is just a lot easier to
like
get.
my mom came one day and we're just like, there's just so much to do.
Yeah, especially with summer coming.
Yeah.
Summer's coming.
Summer's coming. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm just like looking at the sad dead gardens. Just
The poop.
I've already cleaned the poop up.
I know, Zach's so good, y'all. He does it like instantly.
As soon as it's warm, because I'm like, I think of other people. Like me, I don't like as gross as. Why are we talking about poop on the pod? Poop. Poop.
I just
want to poop.
Just want to poop.
No, I didn't get to poop. I didn't get to poop. Oh, I want to poop. Oh, I want to poop.
Because it's springtime, and I feel like poop is discovered in the spring. That's a part of spring.
Because I think of
discovering the poop.
I think of everybody else. I'm like the wind blows just so, and it goes into Michael's yard, and he's like nasty, disgusting queer sitting next door.
Speaking of Michael, I think he hibernates for the winter too.
100%.
I never see him.
I see him every morning when he leaves for work and when he comes home, and then never again.
Or the fact that we didn't even know that the leaf snowblower. Oh my god! And now that spring is coming, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
No,
except for the leaves.
The leaves and the grass clippings.
Yeah, and the glass. Okay, never mind. Sorry, but his name, Mark.
We've been calling him Mark because I swear to God that's what his name was Mark, and we had some drama in the neighborhood the other day, and
Shit.
We're not recording.
What?
What did you say shit to?
No, I said don't be a shit. She's being a little shit.
Oh, I thought you said oh shit.
No.
Anyway, we had some drama in the neighborhood, and Matt was his name, was out front and in front of our yard, and I scurried outside to go see what's going on, and he wanted me to text him a picture, and he's like, yep. He's like, save it under Matt, and I was like, oh.
Who's Matt?
Who's Matt?
Why he changed his name?
I don't know. I
Didn't tell anybody.
I feel like why would you change your name when you're like 50 years old? That seems like a lot of work.
And from Mark to Matt.
Yeah, that seems like
That'd be so confusing.
Silly transition, but yeah.
Hey, we talk about everything gay here. All transitions are valid. And we also gained a sub.
Ooh.
Yeah, so thanks.
That's exciting. Hello, new person. Sorry,
So now I think we're at
24?
I thought 23 was the number that it has been, right?
Yeah. Oh.
So maybe we lost one too. Who knows?
Oh no.
It is really hard to keep track because when I gain one, I get an email, and so then I can write down the name of the person who joined, but I don't get an email if somebody unsubs.
It was probably that person that downvoted our one episode. They disliked our one episode.
Yeah, we got
New
one
Year's
thumbs
episode.
down.
Or like, ooh. It's like the trolls. Like when people troll comments and shit, they're like, oh, like whatever. Miley Cyrus is ugly, and it's like you took the time out of your day to write down something mean on purpose.
Right.
It's just like you took that extra, like it's only like click a second, but it's like you utilize negative energy to then negatively impact somebody else. Like that's so weird to me.
Yeah, and I think that like downvoting is helpful if it's like, I mean, I guess somebody just thought that we were vile enough to downvote. Because like if I see like a Ben Shapiro video, and I'll just downvote it because I think, you know,
down with white supremacy.
like if it like pops up in my feed or plays or something, I downvote it not only to like fuck you, but like get it off my algorithm.
That's true, I guess.
So
they don't like gay people. That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna assume.
I mean, what was their algorithm doing with gay people in the first place?
That's like mom's algorithm of the horses biting children.
Yeah.
She's like, why is this on my fucking feed? I'm like, why did you click on a horse biting video?
Yeah, exactly.
That's like my algorithms on social media too. It's always something like it's all the stuff I like tattoos and plants and, you know, plant shops and stuff like that. And then it's something random like guinea pigs. And it's like, who's looking? I've never looked up guinea pigs in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Or like there was a chunk of time where it was Princess Diana. And I'm like, I've never in my life looked up any of the royalty whatsoever. Why is Princess Diana on my feed?
It's because you were serving one day.
There we go.
And they're like, also recommended serving.
Maybe it's because I talk about Alice being the most beautiful princess, and so it just assumed that I was
Princess Diana.
Princess Diana. I'm like,
but what about Princess Peach?
What about Princess Alice?
Or Princess
being a little shit going in the closet now.
Those are the only two princesses that I know: Princess Alice and three: Princess Alice, Princess Peach, and Princess Diana. A house burned down in our neighborhood.
Oh, yep. Back to the drama.
That's so crazy.
With Matt.
That was like the closest to what I would think of Armageddon like in my lifetime, because so many people were out, and not to like make fun of the situation because somebody did die.
Yeah.
Which is really crazy, but a car. Do we even know what happened?
Yep. Old man had a seizure.
No, that's horrible. Did he die? No,
he got out. The people helped him first because they assumed, so the house was condemned. Okay. It's supposed to be condemned.
Let's rewind. So let's rewind to the day that we discovered. So a car had hit a house. A condemned, well, no, somebody was living there.
Well, it's supposed to be condemned because a lady OD'd in the house, which is also sad, but don't do drugs, kids.
Right.
She OD'd in the house, and I think she was smoking a cigarette and burned the house down. And so she died.
Well, it didn't burn the house down.
It didn't burn down the house. It just made
burned it enough to deem, just like Jack's when that burned, you know, the building next to it, Cowboy Jack's.
Oh, yeah.
So this is famous as well. In St. Cloud, there's a bar that burned to the ground, but the neighboring bar had to redo.
Yeah.
Because they got all the smoke.
The damage.
Inhalation or whatever. Not smoke inhalation, but smoke damage to the rest of the house. So that makes sense.
But yeah, so the people were not supposed to be even in there at all. And so then, because it's got like do not enter signs all over it, and you could just tell that there's been a fire there.
Yeah.
And the guy just refused to tear it down for whatever reason. And so they got the guy out of the van that was on fire, and it like what they assumed is that it hit the front cement steps and hit the gas tank, and that's why it blew up. And it was like
a car hit a house, blew up,
and that's why it was like
started the house on fire.
Yeah, crazy story.
Like, yeah, you'll see in the video too that we post in the pictures and stuff. But like the fire like went all the way up the house. It was insane. It was pandemonium on Division Street. They closed Division Street, which is like insane.
Yeah, that's the main road where we are.
That's like the main road. That's a main road in Minnesota. You know what I mean?
The reason why we noticed too is like I was upstairs and we're just talking about what we should do for dinner and like just chit chatting, whatever. And there was so much traffic by our house. We're
Yeah.
like, this is weird. Something's going on. Like, is there an event going on? Like, what's happening? And then I just happened to pull up my phone, and it was my friend, and he lives right next door to the burning house. And he video recorded it, and he's like, this shit is right next to my house. He's like, I can't believe this is going on, you know, blah, blah, blah. But then we found out afterwards that...
Yeah, and they had to evacuate.
And then afterwards, they realized that there were people in the house. There were 3 people in the house. 2 got out, and 1 guy did not make it. He was upstairs, trapped upstairs.
Yeah, and that's so insane, so crazy, and it was pandemonium. And we like went because we're like event chasers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're like, well, let's just go out and get some food and also be gawkers.
Yeah, true. We were kind of like lazy, and we're like, we still need to get dinner, and we're like, okay, well, let's fucking go and gawk. And we did, and we pulled up and we watched, and
like a hot minute.
And like everybody else was pulling out. Like there was, like, if anybody knows, Division is right there. The house is on Division, so you can see it on Division. And we were across the street at this like gas station / pet.
He used
a cat.
It used to be an animal shelter.
But no, they're still there because
no.
Who are the people holding signs?
They're the there's a CBD store behind there.
Oh right, that's right. I thought they were. So yeah, there
was
was a pet
holding
house.
CBDs. They like our own rotation.
No, it was humans. Remember those people were holding signs?
They're mannequins. They're mannequins with like automatronic arms.
No, they were people.
Okay. Do you want to go?
I literally said that would be the craziest job right now because you're just sitting there and staring.
And I saw they're animatronic mannequins.
Zach, no.
Let's go. Road trip with the pod.
Oh my god, I wasn't recording that entire time.
What?
Anyways. I can't believe it. I wasn't recording. Okay. Nothing has happened yet anyways. But you guys.
We've said several funny things.
We brought the dogs. Hope you can go, Green.
Green.
We're... Oh, I'm sad you missed it because I explained how cheesy this feels as like a vlogger or whatever. But we brought the dogs because they're part of the pod. One, it's 2 blocks down, so...
Co-hosts of the pod.
Why not?
They need to participate.
Literally, it's red and the time goes up. That's when you know it's recording. Who knew?
What if they're not out? The one time they're not out. They're out.
It's because they're people and they were standing there.
They're out 24/7, and the one time that I need to be correct.
They're not there.
They're not.
It's because they were people.
They're not people. Why would they?
As the video shows, there's nothing here.
As the video proof. Oh, if they were open, I would knock on the door and be like, "Can you assist us, sir?"
Oh my god. They weren't there.
What is this? The Rock and Art Shop.
Oh.
Let's go.
I guess that doesn't 100% prove anything because they could have moved the mannequins, obviously.
Exactly.
However, why would they just keep the mannequins up?
This is literally the only time I've ever seen them not be here.
Okay, here's the house.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, they finally tear it down.
That shit is nuts. I was like just thinking about this while editing. Like, this could have happened to anybody. You know what I mean? I could be sitting up. I could be sitting up in my office, and then bam.
That happened to my friend. Well, my old friend from elementary school. He was driving around doing whatever, and he had he blacked out and drove into this house, and he killed a lady, and it was her and her friend. And the one lady that he killed had cancer, so, like, she was gonna die anyway.
That's crazy. Reggie hates car rides and Beans loves it. It's so funny. I open the door for Reggie and he's so reluctant. And then Beans, like, levitates into the car because he's, like, he knows when he's going for a ride.
It's like that meme with the 2 trains, like, here's Reggie slowly going into the car, suspicious, and then Beans is like...
Yeah, exactly.
Plows him over and is like, car ride!
Oh my god, there's somebody next to us on the right, and I really hope that they're not watching us vlog right now.
Tell them about the pod.
That was rude. Oh my god.
You know what? Promote the pod.
Anyways, that was all. Just to show that it was a mannequin
I'm gonna-
because
I'm gonna walk here tomorrow on my lunch.
the proof is in the pudding.
And prove you wrong.
Okay, but no. Okay, we will. And if they're mannequins now, they weren't mannequins then because they were like holding the sign and like I could tell that they were people and I made a comment. And if they were mannequins then, why didn't you say anything then?
I'm pretty sure I did.
No.
Okay.
Anyways, we're in a fight.
We're in a fight. This is the end of the pod.
It's over.
It's over. All right, guys. Live on the scene. I am correct. They are mannequins. They are not people waving around the THC gummy signs. I love being right.
But yeah,
Crazy drama.
crazy drama. And I actually kind of forgot about it, which is sad. But I mean, if it doesn't happen to you, why would you remember, you know?
Right.
And we thought that there was like driving on our road, like so busy, like the busiest summer day. Because we also live right next to Lake George, which always has an event happening in the summer, or every Wednesday, I should say. And it was busier than that almost.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy.
And we were like, holy shit, like, are all these people coming to Gawk? No, they're detoured because Division was closed. But we're like, all these people are coming to go? Let's fucking go and look. Oh, but yeah, somebody died, so it turns a little sour.
Well, not to like death shame, but like it's kind of the owner's fault for being there when he's not supposed to be. Because
was it the owner that died?
No.
Oh,
it was their like housemate. So it's like the owner, his son.
So it's on the owner. Do you think he's?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
do you think he's held liable?
Probably not, but because it was an accident.
True.
But still, like, you're not supposed to be living in this burned down house. Like, also, like, I get I get people's like whatever lives are like, you can't just like up and move, but like you also can't live in a condemned house. Like, you can get in trouble for that. And now maybe like that guy's family could sue or something because they weren't supposed to be there in the first place.
What if somebody condemned our house?
That'll never happen.
True.
I'll take care of this thing until I die.
When it happened, I was like, our lives are just so boring.
Right.
That we must go investigate.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, because that was like, God, St. Cloud just sounds like
it like livened me up. I was like, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking storm chase, you know?
That was like, do you remember when that bank, Wells Fargo, was being held up?
Mm.
And do you remember? I was running.
Yes, and there was like cops and shit there.
I was running errands when that was happening, and I drove by it, and people literally had lawn chairs, and they were just like all with their phones, like, and they had like somebody brought a cooler. Like, there were people like parked outside, like they had the cops barricading off the bank, but then like there's a whole street, and people could go on this side, and people are just going crazy.
That's how it was, yeah, too, and with this house too.
Yeah, we saw people walking. We're like, it's freezing cold out, and people
like
are
we
walking
pulled
around.
up and somebody was already pulled up and then somebody pulled up behind us. But it was like really muddy right there.
Yeah,
and so I'm glad we didn't park there because I think we would have gotten stuck. But
you would have had to push.
Somebody like almost drove right into the mud, and I'm like, oh god, that would have sucked.
Yeah,
like stuck, creating another medical emergency on top of this.
The cops are like, we're busy. Yeah. We have a fire to put out.
Oh, and then across at that same exact time, you almost wonder if it was like planned that way,
right?
Or like not planned because nobody plans to have a seizure. But
they used the opportunity.
Yeah, they saw that there was shit happening across the street and broke into the house across our house.
We are in a good neighborhood. It's just I promise we are in a nice neighborhood. It's just
it is a nice neighborhood.
Sometimes things happen.
I think that was a fluke. I mean, what had happened across the street were kids.
Damn
that
teenagers.
happens all the time.
Just dumb teenagers being dumb.
And like, yeah, they broke in, but I doubt that they were like planning to. I bet they just were like, here's a stone, there's a window.
Right. I don't even know if they did that. I think they like literally kicked in the door, or like used like a credit card or something.
So then, okay.
Yeah.
I just like what's the end game there? I always wonder. Like when the school was across the street.
Mm.
There's break-ins all the time. I don't really understand breaking into an abandoned building.
Well,
The
I think
school made sense. You could probably find something there, but
yeah, like copper wires or
Yeah.
shit. But like, or yeah, like you said, just a place to sleep. Do you remember that one time they broke in and they had a drone? There was a cop just standing in the parking lot and he's just like watching the drone
oh yeah.
because they were trying to film to see if somebody was up there.
Or somebody got tackled in our backyard.
We live in a good neighborhood.
Well, now we have a fence, so that won't happen again. But I mean, yeah, if they're running, I don't think that they're gonna run through our fenced in yard.
Remember the time the mob dropped that body off in the street?
Remember that one time that Clark Kent had to
Save
do a reverse tornado because I don't know,
he had to save Lois
in her backyard.
in our backyard.
Oh my god.
We live in a good neighborhood.
Have you ever heard of? So this is a sex act.
Ooh,
Have you ever heard of the hamster?
the sad hamster?
What? No.
I love the sad hamster memes.
No. Oh my god, the sad.
The Harry Potter one. I was crying, y'all.
Wait.
The Harry Potter one where Voldemort is like abracadabra, and then it's just the little sad hamster with like a little plastic wand, and he's going,
Uh-oh. I'll have to pull that up and show you guys.
I was crying. Thomas is probably so sick of these goddamn hamster memes.
No, I think they're funny too.
They make me so happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
And I see so many TikToks explaining how the hamster, like, it's a phenomenon.
yeah,
It's just so funny.
it's so funny.
But
no,
another thing that I've seen on TikTok, of course, this podcast is just us reacting to TikTok.
right?
Is the hamster, which is a sex act edits where a guy climbs up on top of a car with a sunroof, and you open the sunroof, and because it has to be a guy on top, but you know, it could be a female or male on the bottom in the car, sucking on the wiener like a water thing, like a hamster.
Who thinks of this shit? Who's like, you want, babe?
You want to
You
do
want-
the hamster?
I have an idea. Let's go to the garage.
Let's go to the garage, okay, Jennifer Coolidge.
Let's go to the garage. And then just like me in the car. Just waiting. Nope. Just waiting for the sunroof to open, like in anticipation.
You can't make new noises.
I'm sorry. He was really angry at the garbage can the other day. So
And
he's very sensitive.
and a brick with leaves on it.
Yep. A brick with some frozen leaves.
I don't think
terrified
that
of
it
it.
was like furry.
Yeah.
That was weird. I think it was like mold or something.
something. But
But like we would open the door, and so we have this. Zach made this garden bed that's right outside our door, but it has brick on it, and the dogs always like jump on it and run around or whatever. Like that's the first thing that they do when you open up the door. They like jump over it, or Beans would like jump on it and piss. But Reggie like saw something, so he scooted and knocked some of the bricks over, and one of the bricks was laying upside down, and it had like a leaf and like something moldy next to it.
yeah, it was like,
And so it was right in front of the door for like a day. Well, and I feel like we kept it because it was so funny.
I did. I kept
but
it
he'd
there.
open the door and he'd be like, "Rrrr."
right.
It's like right at the freaking leaf. It is so funny. So dumb.
He's our protector. Sensitive protector.
Zach ordered Cecred.
Oh yeah, shoot! I should have brought it.
Follow up. Well, you brought
I
it.
should have brought it up as a prop.
I mean, this isn't an ad.
Oh,
They can Google Cecred.
Beyonce is sponsoring this podcast.
So we got the shampoo and the hair mask.
Hair mask. Yep.
And the hair mask smells so freaking good, you guys. In the best way possible. Pencil shavings.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like a woodsy. It's supposed to be a woodsy, but it's like clean.
It's the
very clean. So it's like
oud. That's what's in it.
yeah. And so weed.
Oud.
I don't know what that smells like normally.
I think it's like a teak wood.
Yeah, and so it has a scent of wood, but then it's like airy, so it has like a pencil shaving
Pencil
saw. It's
shavings.
so good.
Yeah. Highly recommend because you only need a little bit.
I wonder if I can smell it.
Oh my god.
Nope, I can't smell it. Darn it. I took a shower last night.
Right.
I did smell it this morning, and I was like, ooh.
I smell great.
Yeah.
Oh, good news. Very exciting. Bhad Bhabie is having a baby. And the baby's name is going to be Callie.
How? Spelled how?
Kali. So a little bit different.
That's fine. I have to, if it's CALEIGH, that's when I am like euthanasia.
CALLIN silent GHF.
Anything with the EIGH, I just feel so sorry for them. Calais?
It's so funny that you say that because that is legitimately the episode I'm on of
Ashley.
Of It's Always the Husband, because they have the main person on there, the victim is Donna, and it's DONNAHGH, and they're like, why would you do that? DONNA is perfectly fine. Why do you have to add in the 4 extra letters?
AGH? Donug?
Donug. Like they had like a sinus infection, and the nurse was like, that sounds right.
I'm sorry, but GH? Who approved of that? Like, I get that. Name one GH sound word that makes sense. None. Zero. But now we're doing Ashley, Lee. I just don't understand it.
Ashley, yeah, Lee. Like, my kid has to have a unique name. And it's like, no, just title them Ashley.
Then don't name them, like, I'm sorry, Callie and my sister. It's not an uncommon name. And she would agree because there were like 4 in her grade, I'm pretty sure.
I also think it's such a thing, like, that age. Like, it was probably on...
yeah.
It was probably in, like, a movie or a book or something, and, like, all the pregnant moms were like, oh, Callie, that's so cute. Or,
Callie
like
cute.
me,
is a cute name, though. Maybe I'm biased, but...
Zachary was famous in 88 for something. What was it?
I still see Zach all the time, though.
I don't remember.
That is true. I don't see any baby names of Zach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't see any baby Zachs.
I forget what it was. But whatever, there's a movie or TV show that came out when my mom was pregnant, and so all the moms were like, Zach, such a cute name. Zachary, such a cute name. And
so many Zachs in my grade. ZAK, ZACH, ZA.
Yeah.
All the different ways.
It's just like a thing. And I still joke to this day that about my sister Michaela, because the most famous show when my mom was pregnant was Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, and the main character's name was Michaela Quinn. And I joke all the time. I'm like, that's who you were named after. My mom's like, no, I read it in a book. I'm like, no, you didn't. You don't read. And
name the book.
Name the book. No, I'm just kidding. I forget what she said, but she was like, yeah, I like saw it in a book or like a magazine or something. And I was like, it's Dr. Quinn. Let's be real. And like, Dr. Quinn is so pretty, and she was a doctor. So what a good person to name.
Yeah.
Michaela should aspire to be a doctor now.
That generation has quite a few Michaelas as well.
Yeah, and I think there was like 4 in her grade as well. Probably not all from Dr. Quinn, but...
I feel a little lucky because Thomas, although was a common name, there were 3, I think. Which is funny because there was a Tom, Tommy, and I was Thomas.
There we go.
So we were all 3 different. And that was the only 3 in my whole, like... There were no other Thomases in my grade, but there was a Tom above me and a Tommy below me.
I'm sorry.
I feel like Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Oh my god, stupid. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm so funny.
You are just hilarious. Quit your job and become a comedian right now.
Oh, my face hurts. Oh yeah. So Bad Baby having a baby. She's very cute. I think she's so beautiful. I think she's super interesting. I don't know why. She's
Bad
like
Baby?
Bad Baby.
Cash me outside?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why. I just think she's so interesting because I think she's smart because she probably was doing some stupid shit to get onto Dr. Phil knowing she wanted to be a rapper. That's my assumption. Like she just acted like an idiot to go viral and utilize that viralness. She makes like $5 million a month or something on OnlyFans. Probably not anymore because she's pregnant, but I don't know. There's some freaky guys out there.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah. But like, it's like, I know she made like a bananas amount. Once she launched her OnlyFans, she made an insane amount of money. Like she would never have to work again just from
I mean,
1 month.
That's awesome.
But then also she is a rapper, so.
I mean, it makes sense because yeah, she is really conventionally pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if the start of Dr. Phil was her plan all along.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that, like, I think there is a little bit of, oh, let me act up to get on Dr. Phil. I think there is a little bit of that in every person that gets on Dr. Phil.
That's true.
But I don't think that was her like plan. Like, oh, this is gonna become viral. I think she was just dumb.
Oh.
That's just my theory.
It worked because
Yeah.
now she's like.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Now she's a multi-millionaire.
I'm not saying I don't like her. I think what she has done for the community by introducing Cash Me Outside, I think that's just, you can't even.
Right, it's in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, you can't even go back. That's probably top 5 viral moments of the world.
Right, 100%.
You say Cash Me Outside, you know what's going on. You know who is being talked about. Like, you know exactly what's happening.
Right. I feel like she's probably richer than Dr. Phil now anyway.
Probably.
Did you hear that Michael B. Jordan might be the live action Hercules?
Okay.
Okay.
I won't say I'm in love. At least out loud.
I won't say I'm in love with Michael B. Jordan. I think that would be cool. You know what people are gonna say though.
Hercules is white.
Hercules is white. He's Greek.
That's so funny because maybe there was a little bit of racism in the Greek mythology,
right,
considering that every single god and goddess was white.
Right. Or
Let's
like
think about that.
Weren't they like colors like blue or like purple or something? And it's like
no.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not a huge. I used to like Greek mythology a lot. That's the mythology that I studied in 9th grade English, which I don't know if that was what you had to do in English class for a year. Everybody had to pick a mythology. I do wish, because Greek mythology is just so like overplayed a little. Looking back, I wish I would have studied more on or done my presentation on Arabian mythology.
Ooh,
because that would be fun too.
Like Arabian Nights. Yeah, you know that's what everyone's gonna say because that's what they fucking said about the Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
but also, was Hercules real? Was he a real?
No, they're gods and goddesses.
Okay.
I mean, Greek mythology is, it's mythology.
Right. But
just
that's
like Norse mythology. It's all made up.
I think they'll have to do what they did with like Captain America. You know how they had the actor's head CGI'd on like a skinnier guy's body? Because they'll have to do that with Michael B. Jordan with young Hercules. Like, unless they get like a really good looking, or like a good match, I mean, of young Hercules. Like, if they do it like the Disney movie, I should say, to grow up to be Michael B. Jordan, I think that would be a hard get to find somebody who looks like him.
Since Twilight, they have advanced CGI. So I think even if they do the CGI route, it won't be like Renesmee.
Right, Renesmee. Oh, God. Still have nightmares about that sweaty doll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the like baby version.
Right.
It's just like
cuckoo gaga. I think that would be cool. I think it'd be fun. Again, spicing these things up. That's the point, is to bring some diversity into these old ass stories, which are fake. They're not.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, yeah, and Ariel was fake too.
That's what I'm saying, and everybody. That's why I lost my next door friend, is because she was racist about Ariel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's, it goes back to like, are they described as black or white? No, well then they're not either. You know what I mean? Like, if that's like Hermione Granger in Harry Potter
just gonna say
isn't described as white,
Mhm.
so she could have been black. So what if you change one descriptor?
Right. Who cares?
Like, who cares? Yeah.
So stupid.
I just think that if you're like, oh yeah, the actress has to be white, you're limiting your audience, you know.
100%. Yeah, because
So-
because like that's what they kind of said about Black Panther. They're like, this is a black movie made by black people. Majority there's like two white people, all black cast. That is the biggest black movie ever to have ever been in existence. And then it's like, because one, it's a superhero movie. Two, it's all black, all these good things, and then you just expanded your audience. So like you have all the
Exactly.
you have all the superhero nerds, and now you have all the black nerds and all the black people that like action movies. You know, like
Mhm.
you've just expanded. Same thing with
Well, and it just makes sense.
yeah. And so it's like
in the Marvel universe, there's black people. Whoa.
whoa.
Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Plus Michael B. Jordan in a loincloth. I'm down. We're going for different reasons than the
I can go the distance. I don't even know I love Hercules. It's one of my favorite Disney movies, but
my too.
my actual top favorite Disney song ever is I Won't Say I'm in Love. And I don't know any of her. I Can Go the Distance. What is?
I can go the distance.
Nope, that's not it. To defeat the
The
Huns.
Who put the glad in gladiators? Hercules.
I can go most anywhere.
To feel like I
That was a good
belong.
song, actually, too. I'm
That
not
was a
gonna hate on that one.
We could watch it after this.
I know.
I love Hercules.
That's my like, along with Pocahontas, Hercules, and see, I would include Moana in. The ending of Moana just drags on. As soon as Maui gets into, like, I shut it off. So I'm talking about like a movie, like if I were ill and I had energy for one action, like what movie am I gonna put on? It's gonna be Hercules, it's gonna be Pocahontas, Aladdin. I would say Moana, but that would mean that I'd have to change the movie midway because I cannot stand You're Welcome. Oh, I hate that song.
Are we gonna go to the
Shiny? I hate that song too.
Are we gonna go to
Goddamn.
the live action when it comes out? Because Dwayne is gonna be Moana.
Dwayne's gonna be Moana.
No, Dwayne's gonna be Bowie.
Bowie. If they don't do those two songs, sure. They just drive a freaking nail in my head as soon as I hear them. But then the ending, when she's like, you know, she meets Tahiti, and she's like, I know who you are or whatever. That song's good too. So like literally when Maui enters the scene, I fast forward all the way to the end.
Yeah.
That's what I do if I watch Moana.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Hate the middle.
Thomas went through a Moana.
But the beginning, oh my god, the best Disney cinematic experience ever. When the grandma sings.
Yes.
Oh my god. And when she like passes away.
Weeping.
So good. Such a good movie.
It is a good movie. They're making a second one as well.
I know, I'm excited for that. But they better not fucking add any dumb motherfucking songs in there.
Well, or they'll do what they did with the live Little Mermaid and add in 2 additional random songs that have never been part of the Little Mermaid. Remember when Eric
I like that though.
when Eric had his shirt open? I'm like, that's the only good part about this entire song.
I liked the live action Ariel.
Oh yeah, I like that one. I liked it a lot. But then
I liked all the songs.
Aqua,
Except for the... No, you know what? I actually liked it.
No.
I thought it was funny.
The Aquafina song, trash. And then Eric's...
It's not good, but
Eric's
I thought
song,
it was funny.
I guess, yeah, it's kind of dumb. It's like so awful.
You're like, oh, okay. Well,
It's
this
like-
is what we're doing, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Aquafina singing, oh, all right. And then
Well, she was like rapping, you know.
because Lin-Manuel Miranda did it. He did a lot of music.
He does all the Disneys now. Because he's just too good. It is too good.
Yeah.
He has a mathematical equation.
Yep.
There is just this equation of beats and symphonies and lyrics that you put together, and your brain just has to listen to it. I just know that there's something to it. There has to be.
I mean,
Because he like makes everything okay, and I hated. So You're Welcome and Shiny, I think were his too. Not 100%. I'm pretty sure he did Moana. The songs from Moana.
I'm not sure.
I'm like 99% sure because I remember when Encanto came out, I was like, this is Moana. And I'm like, oh yeah, same
Oh
writers,
yeah.
obviously. I wasn't like saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm like, this has the same, like, I have to listen to every song
Hmm.
on repeat. Like Encanto was like that. And Moana's like that too.
Bobby has been replaced on Queer Eye. He has been replaced by designer Jeremiah Brent. Do you know him?
No.
He is married to Nate Berkus. I think that's how you say his last name. He got famous for being one of Oprah's designers. But yeah, and he was also on the Rachel Zoe project. Did you ever know? He was one of her assistants. And I remember he was like her assistant, and he was just like a hot dummy. And like everyone was just lusting after him because he's really hot, and he is a model, or he was, but um, yeah, he was just really ditzy and dumb and not really a good assistant. But yeah, he's replacing Bobby, so
Interesting.
so that'll be good. I think he'll be a good fit. I feel like him and what's the other hot one on Queer Eye?
I mean,
Not Queer
Anthony.
Anthony. I think they look similar, and I think they might fight for who's the hottest. Lux Pascal has just landed a new role. So she is going to be in her first movie since coming out as a trans woman. It is going to be a thriller called Summer War. So I'm excited for that. She's so pretty. She's so beautiful. I'm just obsessed.
Cool.
I'm just obsessed with the Pascals.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the hiccups.
As one should be because they are like the shining stars of this humanity.
Right.
Like if the world were to carry on and we only needed a man and a woman to carry on the human race, I think it would, well, no, because yeah, it wouldn't be brother and sister. That'd be weird.
No.
But
To entertain the human race. How about that?
yeah, there we go. It'd be those two.
The movie is called Summer War. The movie is initially reported that it will center on a U.S. champion of the board game Third Reich, whose peaceful summer holiday in 1989 is shattered when a tourist mysteriously disappears at sea. I haven't seen anything that she's been in. I just know, I thought she was more of a model, but I have pulled up her IMDb and she's got a decent list of movies. I gotta pay attention.
Was it like pre-transition maybe?
Oh, probably.
And that's why we don't recognize.
That's probably true. Did you also hear about the Willy Wonka experience?
And it being awful, right?
Yeah.
I only saw like one clip.
It's so I think I saved some TikToks, but it's like I don't even know why they're doing it. Like Willy Wonka
To promote the movie, I'm sure.
But Willy Wonka came out like 4 months ago. Why would they do it now?
I think it was Willy Wonka didn't come out 4 months ago. That was like 2 months ago, and I think the experience was around the same time. We're just like seeing clips and stuff.
Oh, maybe.
But I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
But it's awful. It's just like the school gym or something. Like people paid I think it was like $60 or something to have this Willy Wonka experience, and they were supposed to have like treats and games, and like they were supposed to be like crazy. It was supposed to be just like you were going into Willy Wonka's factory, but it was like this school gym, and there was just like an Amazon rainbow. Like they just ordered shit off Amazon. It's just like this rainbow entrance, and then there was like a table with like a half a cup of lemonade and some crackers. And then there was like Willy Wonka. Like a lot of the cast said that they found out a couple days before. And so they were given the script the night before. And so they had to learn all their lines and everything the night before. The guy said he stayed up for 24 hours. He stayed, as soon as he got the script, he stayed up until he had to go into work for it, just so he could hurry up and memorize his lines. And then there's like the unknown, and it's just like he looks like a Dementor or a Death Eater, and people are like, this isn't part of Willy Wonka, what is this about? And he just like emerges behind it from a mirror, and then there's like
yep, I remember
there's like
that.
This crackhead Oompa Loompa, so it's just like,
and like the
like
kids were like getting scared at shit. So funny. What was his character?
The unknown, that's what it is.
But like from what? Like that's not in Willy Wonka.
That's not in Willy Wonka. But yeah, then there's like this girl, and she's got an Oompa Loompa on, and she just looks miserable. She looks like she's been on a bender for the past couple days. And then she's at a table with beakers and shit. So it looks like, the Willy Wonka factory, but she just looks methed out. So it looks like a meth table. And she just like decided to dress up like an Oompa Loompa that day. And it's just so
Oompa
funny.
Loompa on meth.
Methy Oompa Loompa.
A raisin.
So I just think it's really funny that it's like, if you're going to do shit like this, maybe plan it in a month in advance versus...
I think that whole thing was just a shit show.
Yeah. And I guess, the parents were pissed because they're like, we spent so much money on this to have a half a cup of lemonade and crackers and to scare my child? No, not going to happen.
I'm with them and you'll spend 35 quid on this abomination. Cook some meth, call the feds and expand your imagination. If you wanna feel dissatisfied, look in this average hallway mirror. A chocolate river with no river, a single jelly bean, and take your picture.
But
Yeah. I think the movie was poorly planned.
yeah.
Like, yeah. 2024 is interesting because so many like crazy things have happened. Like good things. Like, I mean, just off the top of my head, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The best. Okay, so like maybe this is a bad example because I'm talking about gaming. Like 2024 for gaming has been an insane year so far. And like it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. But then like movies are just like, well, what's a good movie that came out so far?
The Little Mermaid.
That was 2023, wasn't it?
Oh.
Was it not?
Well, we're only 3 months into 24.
I know, but like if video gaming can have an insane 2 months, where's the movie?
Where's the material? Well, let's wait for Lux's movie.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
she's gonna come save the day.
I hate trying to access things that my brain used to know because it's like I don't remember anything. But what good movies are coming out?
Nothing.
And seeing for video games, there's like stacks and stacks. Like Power World is being developed.
Oh, Beetlejuice 2.
Oh yeah.
The American Society of Magical Negroes.
Oh yeah.
I think that looks really good.
That looks fun.
And it's got a really good cast in it. It's got Justin Smith, and then it's got David Allen Greer, and it's got Hen from 911. I think it's funny because I love shit like this, like those little snide comments. Because there's like a clip in the movie, the trailer for Magical Negroes, where it was like the one older magician explaining to the younger magician, he's like, the more we keep white people happy, the more black people are going to be happy. And it was just like so funny because it's just like such a little like snippy fuck you. I think shit like that's so funny.
Yeah.
Let's keep all the white people happy and then we'll be fine. Unrelated tangent. This is like, okay, I'm sure you have things where you said something in like 4th grade and it still bothers you to this day.
Don't even.
So
you go first, I'll go next.
I think about this with my bird tattoo because the woman that was doing my tattoo on my foot is a woman, and I only have one tattoo by a woman other than that one, and she was apprenticing and she was needing practice, and we talked so much at a different tattoo, like when she was sitting in on one of mine and learning. And so then she posted and was like, hey, I'm doing some practice tattoos, like if anybody wants to practice, let me know. And I was instantly signing up because I'm like, I want to help her out. I want to support her, plus a cheaper tattoo. And then I have another tattoo by a woman on me. And when she was tattooing me, Scotty comes in and he's like observing and he's just double checking on her. And he's like, what's up? And they're like, how are you? And I was like, yeah, I'm just super excited to get a tattoo by a female. And I was like, oh God, it just like made me cringe.
It's such a weird.
It's such like a, I think like, I mean, in this,
because it has such a negative like connotation,
it makes,
females, it's very like incel.
It makes me think of when my grandpa would call my grandma woman, and I'm like, that's not just like her title. Like that's what it made me think of, is like it gave me the ick because I was like,
Did they react weird, or is this all in your
no,
head?
she was like, that's cool. No, she said that.
Yeah.
No, it was me. It was totally me. And she's like,
mine is all in my head too.
It's all in my head, but I'm just like, I don't know why I said female, but I could have said woman, but I'm just like, I don't know. I was just excited to get another tattoo by a woman, and I said female for some reason. And it just gave me the ick, and she was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like, I'm glad to be your like second female tattoo artist." And I'm like, I don't know. It just like sits. It still sits with me wrong, and I think about it every time I see that bird, and like that's the only thing I think of. But yeah,
that's hilarious.
My grandpa would call my grandma woman. I'm like, oh, like
yeah,
so derogatory.
My embarrassing thing that I always think about, and it's not that I really, really, truly think like, oh my god, how embarrassing, or I'm not like hung up on it really, but it is what I think of whenever this topic is brought up. Like when you're like, oh, it's 2 a.m. and you jolt out of your slumber, and you're like, why did I do that in 5th grade? This is what I think of. And it was fifth grade, no, 9th, I believe, English class, Mrs. and she was like handing out papers or whatever, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, do you think I'm fat when I put my tummy on the table like this? And Mrs. was a really large woman, and she like looked at me and like did this like weird like, and like I was like, why did I have to say that?
Right.
Like,
and you're thinking that she's thinking about it at 2 a.m. going, oh, Thomas made a fat comment.
Yeah, exactly.
And she probably forgot about it by the time you left.
And I was just being a dumb 9th grade. You know, like 9th graders are so stupid.
Yeah.
And I was just being so dumb. And I'm like, oh my god, she like thinks that I was calling her fat, or like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I hate those feelings. Like, I'm just like
no, it wasn't. This was so nice. She was one of my favorite English teachers.
Right. Oh yeah.
Think about that. So I'm sure she's just like, whatever, like, what the fuck.
Right. Again, dumb stupid teenagers. She probably
forgot about it by now, but I'm like, oh,
that's what I'm saying. She probably forgot about it by the time you left for that day.
So embarrassing. I mean, just imagine if you could. That would be my own personal hell, is if I were to like follow 9th grade me, a day in the life of 9th grade me. I'd be like, no.
I would be every like 2 minutes. I'd be like, oh, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't text that. Don't do that.
Yeah, just shut up.
I would just follow myself around and be like, nope, that's stupid. Nope, don't buy that.
Okay, so should we switch to gay of the day?
Yeah.
These are a few of our favorite things.
March is Bisexual Health Awareness Month.
Oh.
So I thought this was a good topic. Obviously, everybody should be safe and healthy and happy. Bisexual Health Awareness Month was launched in March of 2014 as a pilot effort by the Bisexual Resource Center. Bisexual Health Awareness Month is kind of more of a social media campaign, which, I mean, that's how everybody gets all the info. Mm-hmm. Dedicated to raising awareness about the bisexual plus communities' social, economic, and health disparities, advocating for resources, and inspiring actions to improve bi plus people's health and well-being. So their mission is obviously to raise awareness about bisexual communities' physical and mental health. And it just is like everything, you know, like sexual health, mental health, like physical health, all the things, and just kind of like, you know, putting it into the forefront of people's awareness and putting it up on social media. So, and then their website is really good too, because it has like all these things, and it has resources, you know, actions that they're trying to take, you know, their mission, the history of being, you know, like bisexual history and stuff like that. So I was also going to suggest and see what your idea is about putting resources like this on our Instagram and our Facebook page. Oh yeah. Or I mean Facebook.
For sure.
You know, the health line and like help lines.
Yeah, we can do that.
Take care of your bisexuals, everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
See, and that's just like, I feel like such an uneducated gay, because I'm just like, I don't know, bisexuals had their whole month. I just thought Pride Month was like encompassing, you know? I think bisexual, like, it's such like a trope too. Like bisexuals get such a bad rap. Like make up your mind, you know, like that.
Or they're
that
just
type,
horny.
or yeah, they're just sluts, and it's like I think
Or if
that's
they're dating somebody, then how can you say that you're bi when you're like
right.
in a relationship with 7 years with a female? You know, bi people get a bad rep because they're like either horny or it's the bi now gay later.
Yeah,
Which is so common.
that was me.
For a lot of people. Yeah, me too. I came out as bi, and because it's like dipping your toe in.
Right. I remember I was
I'm bi, but I still like girls.
I remember I was like, my man crush was Pete Wentz. Like, that's what I would tell people. I was like, oh no, I like girls, but I love Pete Wentz. Like, I just think he's so attractive. And everyone's like, okay. And then I was like, well, okay, like I like girls, but like if Pete Wentz were like in my room, you know, then they're like, okay. And then like months later, I'm like, nah. Strictly Dickly, like Anderson Cooper said. Or
Strictly
no.
Dickly.
Strictly, it wasn't Anderson Cooper, it was the other one. Why can't I think of his name?
I can't think of. Oh my god, my brain just went
Why
empty.
can't I think of his name? But
Andy
yeah,
Cohen.
Andy Cohen. Strictly Dickly.
I win.
Does Daddy get his juice?
But yeah.
That's fun. Happy bi Pride.
Yes.
Month.
So
I don't know any bisexuals. Do you? I guess I know a couple of. I was gonna say female bisexuals, but I hate the term females. I know a couple females.
Right.
Okay, so my gay of the day. I'll start
This
with the
could,
TikTok.
I think, be just a wonderful
yes,
way.
I'm
for
so
us to
excited for
explore
this.
topic.
We have to watch this.
Yeah.
Obviously for me to learn, ask all the questions that I have about what you're going through.
Will Ferrell, everybody.
and
Gem star.
who you are.
Always
and
loved Will Ferrell.
Show off the fact that two people can have a conversation about this.
It was only my second year of transition, and I thought this would help me sort of dissipate some of the nerves.
I want these glasses.
Walking around with a big shot like Will was going to be helpful to me.
Thank you.
Yes, that's the last of it.
We had both knowingly and unknowingly made lists of things we wanted to ask each other. So those moments were like, here's something I'm going to ask you. That was like me checking the next thing on my little black notebook I had with me. And Harper was doing the same.
You know.
Such a cute name.
Yeah, so one of Will's closest friends has started transitioning in like a late stage of life, as one does. You know, it's not unheard of because now, I mean, that's like the whole trope of like, oh, there's so many gay people now. It's like, yeah, that's what happens when things become more acceptable.
Right.
People come out because it just makes sense. Hello.
Right.
And so like, yeah, it's not unheard of for somebody to transition. I'm sure they're like 60, 50, something like that. But Will has like taken up. Oh, I'm gonna read the
I think
passage.
they're making a documentary.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's super cool when people transition, just obviously in general, but to do it so late in life too, I think that kind of is like a little bit extra. You know, like
Especially if you have a public eye on you, like, okay, let's not talk about the Jenner, but
right, that's what I was gonna bring up.
like before she became 2020 ruined a lot of things. Or 2016, I should say. 2016, 2020, again, the elections, which were in another freaking election year. So,
The night owls.
yeah. Caitlyn Jenner, like when she transitioned, that was a big thing.
So huge.
Like, you can still do, like, it is like saying, like, it is okay to transition at any, it's not too late, essentially. It's not too late to transition. Or if you're feeling these feelings, like, you know, it is something and it's never too late, you know? And so, you know, and then Kris Jenner become fucking Republican and like a Trump supporter, and oh my god,
it's really cool. It's really brave. I think it's amazing. I love that she's living her life authentically as a woman because that's how she feels. But
I don't
still
know.
a garbage, trash, piece of shit human being. That
to be
jump off a
trans
bridge.
and a Trump supporter, I don't think that's possible. So now I'm like questioning, like, is she doing this all for publicity? Like, I just don't know.
Right. It's all just for the show. It's all for
because how can
attention.
you be trans and a Trump supporter? I'm sorry, but how?
But like Caitlyn says that too. She's like, Trump loves gay people. Trump loves trans people. It's like, he wants us murdered. Like, you're an idiot. You're a prime example of a brainwashed moron, Trump supporting
He just
moron.
says that so like it can gain followers, but anyways, everybody knows.
Throw Caitlyn
Everybody
Jenner
knows.
off of a bridge into the garbage, however you want to say it.
But this so in this case, anyways, Will Ferrell has created a documentary about the bond between him and his best friend of 30 years, Harper Steele, who came out as a trans woman in 2022. So in this clip, you know, she kind of explains that having a big actor like behind her and supporting her is gonna, you know, help launch this story or whatever. And I think that's such a nice thing that Will Ferrell is doing. Right off the back of starring in the box office breaking Barbie movie and executive producing hit TV series like Succession and Dead to Me, Ferrell's ready to showcase his latest project, and it's an especially personal one. Will and Harper will see the comedian and his best friend Harper embark on a road trip across America, during which they'll unpack their friendship, Harper's coming out, and her transition. And I just think it was so much fun to watch.
When does it come out? Do you know?
I think.
Or are they still working on it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's got a date or anything. It is already out on Netflix.
I heard this was going to be a thing, and I'm not like a humongous Will Ferrell fan. You know,
I am. I've always been.
He's kind of in the level of Jack Black to me.
Okay, yes, but I also really like Jack Black.
I also,
I think you're in the wrong here. I think I get what you're saying. Jack Black can be cringy. But I think he is, especially now that he's been on TikTok, the majority of the human race loves Jack Black.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Ferrell.
I loved him in Bernie. We could watch that. That's a great movie. Excellent movie.
I get it. I don't like comedy. I don't like the genre of comedy.
Yeah, it's just like, I guess like I like Will Ferrell enough to like him, but I wouldn't reach out for a Will Ferrell. Like, I'm not going to go run to go watch Elf because it's so annoying.
That's a bad.
But what else is Will Ferrell in that is good?
The one where his hair was funky. And remember, I did a side by side because I used to, in my youth, not so much anymore, but like, you know, around 18 or so, I used to get compared to Will Ferrell all the time because I was like the comedic relief and had a really curly haired, you know, head of hair, and Will Ferrell does as well. And Will Ferrell's tall and I'm tall. I've always, not like everybody I came across is like, oh, you look like Will Ferrell, but I've gotten the comment a couple of times, and back then I was like, that's weird.
That is weird.
But now I'm just like, that is so precious.
Right. Well, but then like, then he does shit like this, and it makes me love him. I'm like, this is so cool. Like, this is such like a,
yeah,
you know, and
so many people respond with hate when their friends come out.
Yeah.
And so just, it is really heartwarming.
Yeah.
That he not only is like responding with love, but he's like, let's take this shit on the road and
break it down and talk about it.
There was another one. The original TikTok that I had was so good, and I didn't save it. I don't know where I put it. But the original TikTok, he's like, yeah, I didn't understand like how much pain transitioning comes with.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he's like, I wanted to showcase that and, you know, document it and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Super fun.
I think it's great when people educate themselves, you know, versus being like
stubborn.
Do whatever you want.
Everybody's,
you know, like,
first reaction can be so stubborn, and maybe his original reaction was like, oh, I've never, because that's what he explains too. He's like, don't know anybody else that's trans. I've never, like, I know of people and I've met people, obviously, because he's an actor, but he's like, it's never been personal. And now it is, and now I want, you know, the story to be heard and stuff. So
I think it goes back to the thing too of don't say dumb shit like fag because your cousin's probably gay. You know, something like that. Like, you don't know what people are going through. So like, if you're like, oh, fucking queers are gross, and your little son hears that and he's gay and is gonna kill himself, you know, shit like that. Like, so that's what I think of. It's great to educate yourself and advance and evolve and stuff like that. And then you should especially do things like...
He's an older dude.
And he's older, yeah. He's like, again, 60 or something.
How many older people do you see being like, oh, yeah, let's... Like, I want to learn more about that because I didn't know. It's like zero.
Yeah. You never know what people are going through. You never know what's going to happen in the future. Like I said, your 8-year-old kid is not gay now, but in 5 years, he's going to come out. So you shouldn't say dumb shit. Like,
he's probably one of the most famous Wills. Like Will Smith, Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Talladega Nights.
Oh, yeah.
Anchorman, hello.
Oh, Anchorman.
Blades of Glory, hello. I wouldn't That's the thing. That's not my genre. I don't reach for these movies. I don't go, oh, I want to watch Blades of Glory. Oh, I want to watch Anchorman. But those movies are still iconic.
Oh,
Like Anchorman, that's still an iconic role. He produced Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. That's interesting.
it is 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Even Elf, I find insufferable to watch now.
Yeah.
But that's because when it came out, it was like, Pine, buddy, your fucking favorite elf. What's your fucking favorite color? Oh my god, if I heard that. If I heard that on the streets live, I think I would implode today.
Right.
Because when that movie came out, that's all you freaking heard. Same with like Napoleon Dynamite. When Napoleon Dynamite came out, like, Tina, you fat lord, like, I was asked to do so many Napoleon Dynamite impressions because I was good at them, and I refuse to do them to this day because maybe that's why I don't like comedy.
Right. PTSD from being the funny person.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And it is funny because if I were to say, like, what is my life? It is a comedy.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I don't like comedy, because I'm living a freaking comedy right now. Anyways, that's about freaking it.
Anyways,
We've gone a little over, but
we've gone over time, so no Reddit stories today.
no Reddit stories.
Sorry, everyone.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Dos.
Still Monday, still at 7.
Oh, yeah.
CST.
Also, Ramadan is starting.
Oh yeah. Happy Ramadan.
Happy Ramadan. That is all.
Or Merry Ramadan.
Mary? I don't know.
Like in Harry Potter when they're like, Happy Christmas, Harry. Who says Happy Christmas?
Happy Ramadan, everyone. All right.
Yeah, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Flamingly Unfiltered.
Now available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok to keep up with the podcast.
Start the week off strong every Monday with Zach and Thomas.